Hey, I'm Chef Michael Varga, and what I have here are some beef cheeks from meatme.ca. I've got a chef's challenge out there. I think we're gonna hashtag chef's challenge to see what you can do out there with offcuts of meat. Like I said, I have the beef cheek. I'm gonna show you actually how not scary it is, how easy it is to cook, and how many different ways you can use it with one simple preparation. All right, so we have the beef cheeks here. It's a little bit preparation that you have to do. We have to take this top layer off, which you just get your knife underneath. Just let the knife do the work. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna rub this with some charcoal. It's gonna be a charcoal crusted beef cheek. All right. I want to share a recipe with you today. So the recipe I'm going to do, it's cooking it low and slow in the French oven. We're going to sear it off with a little bit of a charcoal rub, add a little bit of beef stock into it, some aromatics, and then we're going to cook it for about 3 hours at about 325. It'll come out, it'll be juicy, it'll be tender, you'll be able to pull it apart with a fork. It's so versatile. You can use that, once you pull it out, you can use it in a whole bunch of different dishes. You can take it from like a weeknight meal, put it in tacos, or if you have friends coming over, you can dress it up, put it on a plate with like a beautiful puree, some nice asparagus, and a beautiful sauce, and it'll look like a 5-star dish. There's so many things you can do with this right here, and it's really not scary. And people think beef cheeks, I don't know what to do with that, but we're gonna show you right now. And we're going to show you that it can be humble or it can be super fancy. All right, so first we need to just cut this up into chunks. Now, if you want to use it as a main, you want to keep some of the pieces pretty big, so it'll almost present like a steak when it's on the plate. Here we go. So we're going to keep this piece right here to be our main dish. And then with the rest of these, we're going to just put them into cubes. All right, so got our meat right there. We're gonna get the seasoning on here now. I love using this charcoal rub. It gives it that taste of being on a grill. You want to do it liberally, get a lot of it in there. It's flavor. Rub it on the board. Make sure it's all covered. And also remember, this is not a substitute for salt. You always got to add a little bit of salt to taste at the end too, okay? So we got this nice and covered. This is going to create a beautiful crust. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be nice and pink inside and black on the outside. This is going to be fantastic when it's done. First step is to sear them off nicely. You want to hear that sizzle when they're going in. The sizzle means it's searing. And it's going to create a nice crust, especially with this charcoal rub we have going on it. Yeah, that sounds great. So we're going to sear it off on all sides. It's going to seal in that flavor. All right, the next step is to take your stock, your liquid, and pour it into the French oven here. So what I have in here is got some bones that I saved from braising before, and it just creates such a beautiful stock. Never throw out your bones, always keep them. All right, next step, cover it up. It's come to a bit of a simmer. We're gonna cover it, turn the oven, turn it off, open up the oven. We've got it set to 325. Goes in. 3 hours, you got yourself a beautiful meal. Here we go, the finished beef cheeks dish. It was super easy to make, just took a little bit of time, a little bit of love. We've transformed it into this beautiful plate. It has the slow cooked beef cheeks, a nice tart chimichurri, smooth celeriac puree, a little bit of the braising liquid in there just to punch it up a little bit. Flowers from my own garden. So this is it right here. The chef's challenge is out. What are the other chefs gonna make with their offcuts? I wanna see it. Let's go.